He joined us on his 28th birthday last week, and I'm pleased to have him back on the show, Josh Norman. Josh, you know, calling the show 2 times in 6 days means you're officially a friend of the program, just to let you know that.
Oh, wow. Well, guess what, man? I'm very blessed, and I'm honored enough to, grace myself on the show once again. You guys having me.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate that, and also give thanks, Lord, we able to be here yet another day.
Okay. Josh, is there anything you could tell me about what happened yesterday with Odell Beckham that we need to know? Background, something that happened. Did anything happen before the game? Let's just put it that way, Josh.
Be honest with you, man, I would dig in deep with that, but I'm be straight honest. I think what was shown and what you guys saw pretty much indicates everything that went down with that. I know right now that I know how, my teammates and the staff want me to feel about the situation. So I'm not going to get too much involved in that and carry into that happened. That's something that the league's going to handle and take care of. And whatever they see justice and however they see fit to go about taking care and handling it, they will. Right now, I think we're just going to focus ourselves on going towards Atlanta, man, and getting ready for this big matchup with the Atlanta Falcons and Julio Jones. Again, the big guy.
That's right, the big guy. So has the league reached out to you, Josh, at all?
I don't. Like I said, I don't have any communications with anybody right now as far as anything on that end. I just haven't. Maybe I will somewhat later on, but at this point in time, there hasn't been really nothing going on. So,
are you concerned about being disciplined yourself by the NFL, Josh?
That's kind of something that I think we just have to take into consideration if they feel fit to do so on lower college, and have that conversation as well. But at the same time, I really don't, know about what is going on and what's going to transpire from what happened from yesterday. I really don't. One thing I know is just kind of come here every each and every day and work hard and try to be at my best for the next week.
Josh Norman joining me here. All right, just a couple more questions about this. I know you want to move on to Atlanta, but did at any point did you say what's your problem, Josh? Any point?
Throughout the whole entire game, man. I mean, it was just crazy. The whole entire game, I was, just trying to point out to, the refs that was at the time, what was going on, and just, shedding some light on the issue. And like I said, man, I feel as if, that they seen that. I think our staff did a good job of sending stuff into them, so they'll take a look at it and they'll see for themselves,
Josh Norman joining me here, and we discussed it when you were here 6 days ago about, continuing to win if you are so fortunate, and then whether or not you should continue to play all 4 quarters, making sure that everybody's healthy for the important run in January. And then we see a game with all this chippiness, and now you're going to Atlanta after you and I discussed about how you and your team took pictures on the sideline during the game, celebrating a game before it was over. Are you concerned about any chippiness moving forward, Josh?
Well, like we said, we know teams going to, give us their best shot. And we just got to be diligent and, stay prayed up, man, and pray for strength, health, and a right body, mind, and just, be focused on the task at hand. I think it's just the next team up mentality that we have and just the work rate that we put in each and every day throughout practice, to try to get better on that one thing in our craft and not getting deterred or not getting, misled by any way other than our focus and how driven we are to compete at a very high level. And I think if we can do that and maintain ourselves and be fresh and focus in on with our minds and do the things that we were asked to do by our coaches, and I think we'll be fine, man. We'll be just fine. And having that faith and belief and everything's gonna work itself out.
Well, after the game got tied, Cam strolled out on that field. What were you guys thinking on the sideline, Josh?
Well, we knew. I mean, it was 150 something left. I think 140 something left. he get the ball back, that much time. We got too many arsenals and weapons to, march this thing down the field. And he's a big-time playmaker. You see why he's the MVP of the league. I mean, I'm not going to just sit up here and not nominate the man. He's on my team.
Sure.
Trust me, I hope he do win. And I know it's an individual award, but at the same time, I think it's the team award as well for him to get that nod because he's been playing so well and in a tremendous high level. And his work effort and his work rate has shown that. So, and he can continue to, drive the ball down there late in games like that. It goes to show you how much resilience that we have and how much we came through and overcome the adversity that struck us. So he looking at that, I saw his chiseled face, and he went out and went to work, man. So I'm glad you have a guy on that team like that.
Last question for you, Josh. When we spoke last week, you did speak about Odell Beckham having respect for his game. Do you have any respect at all for anything of Odell Beckham anymore, Josh?
I say this, no comment. I have no comment. That's how I feel about it personally. So other than that, man, that is already going to take care of itself. My hands washed with it, so it is what it is. Whatever happens, it's due justice. Vengeance says, "My Lord, will repay." And I don't want to take anything from him. I think he's a good talent. But like I said, I ain't got no comment on him.
Josh, I appreciate you taking the time. Really do. Day after such an emotional victory for you guys. Good luck moving forward, and let's chat down the line again.
Yeah, man. Again, Rich, y'all always been cool.
I appreciate that, Josh. Right back at you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thank you.
All right.
That's at J_no24 on Twitter, right here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.